The M56 Smart Gun, when you absolutely positively have to kill every last xenomorph in the room, except no substitutes. Much like the M41 pulse rifle, the Smart Gun has become an iconic fictional weapon synonymous with the Alien universe, and has made its way into the extended universe in various novels, comics, and makes for some incredibly satisfying gameplay in video game adaptations within the franchise. First seen in Aliens, the Smart Gun holds further proof of the highly advanced artillery prepared for the Colonial Marines' mission to LV-426, but despite their supposed technological superiority, most of the Marines would fall victim to the circumstances involving the xenomorphs on the doomed planet. As described earlier in the pulse rifle explanation, each Marine divides into two-man fire teams, the rifle team and the gun team. The rifle team consists of a pair of riflemen assigned together on the buddy system, both equipped with the M41 pulse rifle, and the gun team is made up of a rifleman with an M41 and a machine gunner carrying the automatic M56 Smart Gun. The machine gunners in the squad must compose the utmost discipline and on-point reflexes when operating the legendary weapon, as its use requires a strict set of skills. The Colonial Marines Tech Manual describes that the core of a Colonial Marine squad's fighting power is its machine guns. More effective than a rifle, machine guns can sustain large volumes of continuous fire both in the attack and defense, and are frequently the most decisive weapon in a firefight. The M56 Smart Gun is carried into battle on a self-aiming stabilized mount, so negating the need to position or set up the gun for full automatic fire, and is linked to an infrared target tracking system for accurate aiming. The M56A2 is a 10mm general-purpose automatic squad support weapon, effective out to 1500 meters. The pulse action system employs a free-floating, recoil-dampened motorized rotating breech mechanism chambered for the M250 series 10x28mm caseless round. The gun also incorporates a muzzle booster to ensure the necessary operating forces from the large round. Cyclic rate is around 1200 rounds per minute. The gun is constructed largely from molded carbon fiber and light alloy stampings, though some interior parts of the mechanism are made from plastic. The replaceable barrel system is air-cooled, though a heat sink attachment can be jacketed onto it. The system is mounted on an operator's harness and slaved into an infrared tracking system. The gun is self-steering on the mount, though firing must be commanded manually. The entire gun assembly, including harness and full ammo load, masses 17.82 kilograms. The length of the gun itself is 122 centimeters, and the length of the barrel is 54.5. The Smart Gun consists of four major components: the operator's combat harness, the head-mounted sight, or HMS, the articulation arm, and the gun itself. To prep the M56 for combat, operators must first don the combat harness. The harness itself is constructed from composite micromesh ballistic armor and is heavily padded to ease chafing at the shoulders and hips. The armored breastplate holds the PRC-489 communications receiver transmitter and the tracking and targeting processor. Opening a backplate in the armor gives access to the processor, a sealed black box line in the replacement unit, which can easily be unplugged and replaced in the field should it fail. The stabilized articulation arm is attached to the left hip, mounting and plugged in via coaxial cable to the processor and power outlets in the breastplate. The gun itself is clipped and secured to the end of the arm. The operator plugs the HMS into the tracking and comm system in the armor. The gun tracker is jacked into the processor by a universal connector, and the gun itself must be powered up before the weapon is loaded. Power for the entire gun system is supplied by standard DV9 lithium battery units, good for up to 50,000 rounds when fully charged. Both ends of the DV9 unit are plugged into the power leads, which run from the articulation arm to the gun. Common practice in the field is to let the battery hang free from beneath the gun, where it is easily accessed in case of an emergency. While the operator is standing, the gun is held and steered by its fore and back grips. Operators have a wide degree of motion with the gun and can play it in an arc from their front to left sides, or point it directly upwards. When prone, operators must lie on their backs to employ the foregrip, while cocking the handle forward and using it as a side grip. The articulation arm is gyro-stabilized and provides additional recoil dampening to keep the gun steady while the operator is either walking or running. When tracking a target, the arm will self-steer the gun barrel so as to bore sight the target's center of mass. An operator must be sensitive to these movements of the gun and allow it to aim itself, though they may override the gun's motion at any time simply by steering the barrel elsewhere. When powered up, the gun begins tracking targets via its infrared tracker mounted above the barrel. The tracker consists of a 256x256 element platinum silicide focal plane cooled by a tiny cryogenic gas cooler. This system monitors a 30-degree cone in front of the gun and transmits high-resolution thermal images in the 8 to 10 meter range to a miniature video display in the operator's eyepiece. If a target is detected, the tracker will overlay a lighted box or rectangle on the screen over the target's center of mass. The articulation arm will then self-steer the gun to aim at this point, and as soon as it has done so, a target lock circle on the screen lights to indicate that the target is bore-sighted. If multiple targets or infrared false decoys appear in the sight, the operator simply steers the light box to bracket whichever target he actually wishes to engage. All firing is controlled from either the forward hand grip or the rear firing handle. The operator fires the weapon by depressing the red fire switch or pulling the firing handle upwards. A selector at the grip controls the gun's safety features and the rate of fire. There are 3 settings on this switch: safe, burst, and auto-fire. Clicking off the safety will automatically charge the weapon. If there is a round already in the breech, the gun's diagnostics will prevent any further loading. The burst setting will fire 4 round bursts, while the auto-fire feature will continue to fire the weapon at its full cyclic rate, as so long as the fire switch remains depressed. The M250 10x28mm ammunition is a 230 grain, 14.9 gram caseless projectile encased in a rectangular block of nitramine. Higher power than the M309 round for the pulse rifle, the M250 also significantly differs in having a selectable fuse setting. A switch on the hand grip is used to select the ammunition fusing, which is set electronically as the round is loaded into the chamber. The super setting is optimized against soft targets and will detonate the round on impact, while the delay setting explodes the shell only after penetrating the target armor. The M250 ammunition is stored on a roll of continuous plastic non-disintegrating link belt in the ammunition drum, which can be reloaded in the field. The gun motor drives the feed mechanism, as well as the rotating breech, and automatically loads each round off the belt and into the breech. In the event of stoppage, the manual cocking handle at the side can be pulled to eject the round and clear the breech. This procedure can also be used to manually charge the mechanism. Despite only actually appearing in one film, with the pulse rifle at least having a brief appearance in Alien 3, the Smart Gun has nevertheless continued to be a hugely popular and well-loved weapon. I'll close with the question that may be on everyone's mind though. Consider the following scenario. You're stuck on a planet full of xenomorphs. They're heading your way and they want to make dog meat out of you. Which do you choose to defend yourself? The M41 pulse rifle or the M56 Smart Gun? You can only pick one. Choose wisely. Comment below with your answer, and if you want to make this a really official competition, I'm going to include a link to a poll on the Alien Theory Twitter page. Feel free to vote there as well. I'm really curious about the outcome. And as always, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit the like button. That's always appreciated. And be sure to subscribe for more Alien Theories. If there's an Alien Universe topic or further USCM artillery you'd like to see covered, please comment below and let me know. You can follow Alien_Theory on Twitter and Alien Theory YT on Facebook for more. And until next time, this is Alien Theory, signing off.